What's your biggest weakness in a medical school interview? Hi, I'm Manpreet. I'm a medical student at the University of Birmingham and a presenter here at the Aspiring Medics. Today we're going to go through how to answer what's your biggest weakness in a medical school interview. And it doesn't matter what you say, you can still get full marks if you watch this video. First things first, be honest. Honesty gets you a very long way in medicine. The trap that I see students fall into when answering this question is that they think that they can't be honest about the weaknesses that they do have. The more genuine, the more authentic you are about the weaknesses that you do have, the better you'd be able to talk about them in your answer. So it doesn't really matter whether your weaknesses are that you procrastinate, you find it difficult to get out of bed in the morning, you struggle organising, you're too shy, you're too bossy. They're all important to talk about. If I were an interviewer and I were to hear a student go, my biggest weakness is that I'm a perfectionist or that I work too hard, I'm too empathetic, then I think I just sigh, because these answers are disguised as strengths and that's not what I want to see as an interviewer. So first things first, be honest about what weaknesses you have. Number 2, be introspective and be reflective. So now that you have a weakness in mind, it's your time to show the interviewer that it's impacting your life to some degree. Whether it's impacting your academia, whether it's impacting your relationships, your health, your physical health. You can ask yourself questions like, when did it start? How long it's been going on for? Did you notice the weakness yourself, or did someone else point it out for you? Is it having any significant impacts in your school, in your A-levels, and other questions like that. Number 3, now that you've identified what your weakness is, and you've reflected on it, it's time to show the interviewer what you're doing in order to actively work on this weakness. Whether that be you've utilised some tools that you found, you've reached out and asked for help, and you'll see an example of how I've done this in my example at the very end of the video. And finally, point number 4, link back to medicine. So now that you've told me that you're working on your weakness, tell me why working on this particular weakness is important for medical school, why having this particular skill or trait is important as a doctor, and this is essentially the final cherry on the top, and it shows that you're a reflective aspiring medical student and that you'd be a good medical student.
What would you say is your greatest weakness?
I definitely say that my greatest weakness is that I do procrastinate quite a lot. I find it very difficult to start my tasks, and I feel like this is something that's definitely started once I started doing my A-levels. The jump between having to do so much content after my GCSEs has impacted me quite a lot, and it means that now that, when I have a long list of things to do, I don't even want to look at the list, and I just rather not do that. And it's definitely impacted me leaving things till last minute, not doing a lot of my revision or a lot of my homework till the very last few days, and I'd say not even just with academia. I'd say now that I've started also procrastinating just doing day-to-day chores, like doing my laundry, making myself breakfast, and I would say that it has impacted my life quite significantly. But I do say I've found a lot of things that I think have been very useful in tackling this. So I found that if I break down my have to do into very, very small chunks, then encourages me to start doing them. And once I get the ball rolling, it makes me want to do them even more and more and more. So a rule that I found online that really works is the 1-minute rule. So if I have a particular tasks like do my dishes, which should only take 1 or 2 minutes, then I do it right in that very moment. And it makes me feel very accomplished, and again encourages me to do the rest of my chores and the rest of my and get on with the rest of my to-do list. So I think it's definitely something that I've been working on and I've been doing quite well, and I do think that now I am a lot more organised with those things, and I am seeing myself get back to the habits that I had during my GCSEs, where I am on top of things and I am motivated to do all of the things on my to-do list. And I think having and being able to tackle this procrastination is something that's very important, not just during my A-levels, but I think as a medical student, where the list of things that I have to do, will be 10 times the list that I have right now. Not only will I have to, study medicine, which is a very intensive, content-heavy degree in the first few years, but I'm also going to be away from home. I'll be having to do all the chores. I'll have to, cook for myself, do my own laundry and things like that, which would only add to this list. So being able to tackle this procrastination now and find tools to tackle this now will not only be able to help me deal with medical school more efficiently, but also for the rest of my life as well. I think everyone suffers with procrastination at, you know, at any point of their life. But now I think that I'm tackling this and I have tools to work on it, you know, and it's helped me quite a lot. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've learned something from it and now feel more comfortable in knowing how to smash a question like this if you do come across it in your interviews. Please do like, comment and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this in the future.